Every year for the past 15 years, Habitat for Humanity has built one house for one family. Both these families have received houses from Habitat for Humanity, but they both received them in different ways. The Coers family built their house from the ground up, while the Jennings family got their house after it was foreclosed on by another Habitat for Humanity family. Although they got their houses in different ways, they both put in the effort and the work to get their houses to where they are now.
The house we were at prior to this, 3-bedroom, 1 bathroom, had a lot of structural issues. We were, with both of the kids, we were kind of losing, needed to look for a little more space. But a ton of water damage, things like that. So we were struggling, and with their allergies and things like that, we were having some issues and just needed a bigger, nicer spot to raise our kids.
The floors in the girls' room was falling in. It was the old-fashioned wood floors. They were just not kept the way they needed to be. I don't know. The foundation falling out from underneath it. Steps were separating from the sides of the houses. We lived there for 5.5 years.
Habitat for Humanity International is a Christian housing ministry. It was started in 1974 by Millard and Linda Fuller, and wanted to seek what God was asking them to do to help somebody in need, and they came upon this idea of trying to provide a stable base for families. And the thought is that if you have a really poor housing condition, you're not able to have the kind of support and health that is necessary for a family to grow positively and productively. So they began this ministry by building one house and asked other people to get involved and help them. And we, in 2000, became an affiliate to help Habitat for Humanity International in this Christian housing ministry.
Well, the number one requirement would be they'd have to have a need for a house, and number two, they'd have to have an ability for that family to pay the monthly payments, and also they would have to have a willingness to partner with the Habitat for Humanity. So that would require, among other things, them being willing to put in what we call sweat equity into the home, at a minimum of 300 hours, and that can also be shared hours with the rest of the family.
With them and meet people, knowing that you're taking them from a place where they just were surviving to a place where they want to be and thrive.
The kids helped do a lot of work. We did just basic work here, filling holes in walls, painting, and a lot of outside lawn work, so we did quite a bit of work here. A lot of cleaning, a ton of cleaning, so yeah.
Day by day went by, and before I knew it, I had already pulled in 300 hours by myself, and that wasn't even with my family or my friends helping me. So with my family and my children, my husband, you know, and our friends, it ended up being more than that. Finally, I quit tallying the hours.
Since moving from the other residents, changes that we've experienced. One, it's much more convenient in terms of our kids being able to walk to school when the weather permits. Closer working for me, just a nicer environment. The kids are much more comfortable here. We don't, not experiencing so far, not experiencing as many health issues that we did over there. Just overall, a much greater experience. This gave us a place to where we could create memories. And obviously you could do that there as well, but just not much nicer and more pleasant memories that we began to create here with a home that is our own. So I would say one of the biggest changes in our lives, I think, is that it's put us in some different situations where we can do things financially, kind of giving us some structure on trying to save money and doing different things. So we've had a lot of guidance through Kurt and Cindy and other people that have helped us. It's changed my outlook on a lot of things. I'm pushing for new and different job positions and trying to do better things to help my family, because we want to keep a place like this. We want to continue to grow and do things that are going to be beneficial to all of us.
I believe it is good. I mean, I've wanted to have my own home for my family for years. I've been doing a lot of extra things to try to clean up my credit to where I could be able to do it, and it just hasn't been able to happen. For Habitat to come in and select us to get this house has lifted a big burden off of my shoulders.
It really takes the whole community to build a house. It's not just the board, it's not just 1 or 2 or 3 volunteers. We usually have around 100 volunteers, and it's all of you helping provide for the monies to make this. Last year, this event brought in over $12,000, and we need around $55,000 to build a house. So it really is imperative for everyone, if it's going to happen, for everyone to help.